Okay, this is going to be my second video. Well, okay, the second video that I'm putting out there. This is Magog, and welcome to the house that Pain built. From UFC Fight Night 30, we're going to focus on Jimmy Manawa versus Ryan Gimo. Here, let me just make sure that my head isn't disappearing off this, because the last time I put one of these videos out, you got a talking head, and I would have thought that was kind of bad. Now, why is Jimmy Manawa an important fight with Jimo? Manawa was able to beat a wrestler in the clinch, and simply put, he made the position look undesirable. I mean, seriously, the clinch has been this new safe zone in MMA. If you can't handle striking, if you're worried about hanging atop in some BJJ Stars guard, clinch against the cage. And Jimmy Manawa, for the time being, is the only guy who has really shown it's not a problem. He hurt Jimo in a short period of time in the clinch with no less, changed the whole outlook of the fight. I'm not saying that's always going to work, but he's created an answer where none existed. The next fight I'm going to go on to will be Melvin Guillard versus Ross Pearson. This ended anticlimactically, and supposedly the UFC is rebooking this fight after the no contest. I like progress in the sport. I have no doubt the fight will still be fun, but we're revisiting a fight that didn't deserve to be a co-main event in the first place. Ross Pearson recently has a win over Ryan Couture and George Soteropoulos. One guy not with the UFC, and one who's not likely to be there any day now. Yeah, I completely lost my place. Great, that's wonderful. Melvin Guillard, while exciting, has just had too many flaws. Inconsistent sub-defense, questionable jaw, iffy cardio. All that being said, I think he still crushes Ross. I'm not going to dwell on the down knees. It's being done over. Ross doesn't have the speed to overcome Melvin's striking, nor does anything else other than hitting a Hail Mary punch equal him winning, from what I've seen from him fighting. As for the main event, there's not really much to say. Machida dominated Munoz in one round. Why, yes, that might have been Bisping, only it wasn't. The Machida rival seems like it's going to live on at 185 until he fights someone younger, faster, with the right fighting style. Let's talk about the World Series of Fighting. Josh Berkman's 5 minutes of fame have kind of come to an end. I'm not suggesting he can't climb back up the ladder. It's a short ladder, but he might have to rebuild himself onto bigger and better things. Wow, I completely choked there. Ugh. I'm going to try and re-edit that out in a minute here. Only Josh Berkman's 5 minutes of fame just came to an end. I'm not suggesting he can't climb back up the ladder. It's a short ladder, but he might have used the World Series of Fighting as a platform to bigger and better things. I'm not sure I'm sold on Steve Carl. He seems... it's a formidable... Another edit moment. I'm not sure I'm sold on Steve Carl. It seems it's a formality that Fitch will get the shot. It's a small roster. He has grappling and cardio. I don't know if they're amazing. I can see Fitch is slowing down himself. His cardio is still intact. I thought he lost the first 2 rounds. He lost the fight where he was the strongest in his wrestling and used his cardio attack and strikes when the other fighter had nothing left. For the World Series of Fighting, that should be enough. Maybe even win a rematch with Josh Berkman. For Marlon Moraes, in the World Series of Fighting, I think he's their most talented fighter, period. He's outmatched everyone he's fought. He beat a man who beat Bellator's 135-pound champion, that being Eduardo Dantes, which would make him the #1 seed for independent 135-pound fighters. This leads us to a sad tale of woe, as Miguel Torres got tapped in the first round by Pablo Alfonso. Miguel's time in MMA has kind of come to an end. He's in the small orgs now and was once the face of the division. Now he's being finished in the first round by unheralded fighters. One last note before we move on. Jonathan Galathi, yeah, probably got that wrong, beat the living crap out of Dan Lozon. So bad Dan could barely stand at the end of the first round. The ref could have easily stopped the fight. Instead, he kind of let it go on until Dan got knocked out. The rules of the sport state intelligent defense. Dan could hardly stand up and was easily outmatched. The knockout was unnecessary, but if you like excessive violence, I'd suggest you look the fight up. It was a great time. And on to Bellator. Because of Tito, the event is now free. Honestly, I couldn't be happier. The only thing that bugs me was Tito in the first place. We still get Curran. We still get Chandler versus Eddie Alvarez. We still get Newton versus Mo. These are the fights that matter. These are the fights that are going to end violently. These men are all still in their prime. In short, because of Tito, we lose nothing and gained everything. Final thoughts. I think you'd be hard pressed to find someone online who pretends to be as crazy as Mayhem Miller is. The Ultimate Fighter ratings are circling the drain, and maybe I've just seen enough bitchy reality TV stars, and judging by the ratings, I'm guessing most of you have too. Want to give a shout out to Camel Dog, internet's #1 troll site, and the true home of MMA, who amazingly enough showed almost universal positive feedback. It kind of makes me wonder if it was some kind of reverse double troll. So, till next time, Jamie, Graves, Weed, Silent, Shady, Armbar, Schickel Gruber, Tusaka, Carmen, Cameron, Sheik Zuber, Philly Sports, Judo Ray, Wise Phantom, Captain Obvious, Gary Gross, Barn Burner, VD, Loden Suede, Fatal Strife, Don't Be Scared Homie, People's Champion, Android, and Volgar. This is Magog telling you to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. Faggot.